We're gonna start with one of the ones that we tried last week, which was a windmill. So we're gonna start slowly loosening up our back. We're gonna stagger our feet. So one foot pointing forward, the other foot about 1 or 2 feet behind it. We're gonna try to go with the foot that's more forward. That hand's gonna be next to that groin, and then the other hand's gonna be nice and up. We're gonna do a windmill, right? So I'm gonna go nice and easy, sticking my hips back behind me, looking up on my top hand, keeping my bottom hand as close as I can to my legs, and then back up. We're gonna go nice and easy, stretching your lower back and hips for 6 on each side. 3, 4. Go slow, and then don't go as deep on the first couple. Once you feel yourself started loosening up, then we can definitely go a lot deeper. That was 6 for me. I'm gonna take my time. Now I'm gonna switch directions. So now my right foot is forward, my left foot's behind me. That means my right hand's gonna be next to my groin. I'm gonna have my left hand pointing at the top as straight as I can. Both elbows are locked out. I'm gonna slowly go down, keeping my eyesight on my top hand, and back up. Take your time on the first couple. You will probably feel this a lot on your knees, or on your back and your hips. Maybe a little bit on your groin. If your groin is too much painful, play around with bending your knees or increasing the distance or decreasing the distance of your front leg, right? 4, 5, good, last one. 6, all right, that should have helped us loosening up our lower back. A good reminder from last time. Now we're gonna go into a bear crawl. Which is gonna be when we're in our hands and our feet, right? This is a bear crawl, but we're gonna try and do bear crawl to toe touch. So we're gonna keep our knees off the ground. We're gonna slightly push our butt up so our legs are completely extended. I'm gonna touch one foot, put my hand back, touch the other foot, put my hand back, and then knees back down, but not touching the ground. Up, touch, touch, low. Up, touch, touch, low. So we're gonna get our heart rate up a little bit higher today, right? Up, touch, touch, low. We're gonna take our time on this. If you need to put your knees down every time, that's completely fine. Makes it a little bit easier than having your legs up. Otherwise, you're gonna feel your quads working for sure. Depends on how much you wanna work today. We're definitely gonna try to get our heart rates up so we can get off our desk a little bit. That was 6. We're gonna try to get 4 more. 7, and if anything hurts, do not hesitate to leave a comment. 8, 9, then we got one last one. 10, excellent. Hopefully that felt good. You should have felt a lot of work on the quads and the shoulders. Hopefully not too much straining on your lower back. It should have helped you more than helped you, right? Or hurt. It should have helped you more than hurt you. I'm sorry. All right, now we're gonna go into kneeling, threading the needle. So what I'm gonna have you do is we're gonna be kneeling on our hands and knees, or on our feet and knees. We're gonna go down to our elbows. And all I want you to try and do is think about, you're gonna go behind and with the arm through, going slowly, reaching across, and you should feel a really big stretch in your lower back, right? You're gonna bring it around. And then you're gonna go further in the second time. We're gonna do it 5 times on each side. I'm gonna have my elbow down. The further I go across, I should be feeling a big stretch across my lower back, maybe my lat a lot. So I like to feel it in my lat. Once you get that stretch, hold it there. Take a deep exhale, reach further away, and you're gonna feel a little bit more. We're gonna do 2 more on this side. And then last one. The further you can get along, without moving your hips too much to the sides, the better. I have a really tight lat, so for me it's a little bit more difficult. Now I'm gonna show you across from the other side, right? Right hand down, feet down, knees down. I'm gonna sink my butt into my hips, and I'm gonna take my left hand and go across. Reach as far as I can. Exhale, and reach further. And then back in. Let's do it 4 more times. Take your time as you go. The further you reach without moving anything else in your body, the more you're going to feel in your lat and lower back. 3, 4. Gonna do one last one. 5. Nice. Hopefully everybody's feeling really good from that. Now we're going to go into child's pose walk around. So we're going to go into a child's pose. We're gonna push our butt against our ankles. We're gonna reach nice and far away with our hands. We're gonna start here. We're gonna hold it here for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then slowly, I'm gonna have you extend your shoulders and walk yourself to one side and then the other, right? So looking down, slowly reaching across, and then slowly reaching across to the other side. That's one. We're gonna get 5 or 6 of these on each side. You should feel it a lot in your lats, heading into your lower back. Remember, your lats connect really low on your spine. So the lat's a big muscle. It starts up here, it goes across, and then it winds up around your lower lumbar. Making sure that you're stretching all of that. Sometimes you feel like it's your lower back, but it's definitely your lat. Keep your head as low as you can. I'm just keeping it higher because if I go too low, I tuck my chin in and can't talk. And the more you do it, the more you should feel open around on your sides. Last one. Nice. That felt really good on my lat. So now we're gonna go into, you're gonna be kneeling. You're gonna be nice and extended with your upper back. You're gonna have your hips in a straight line. And what we're gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you try to grab your ankles from behind, whatever you can. If you need to bring your toes down into place, that's fine. You're gonna grab your ankles. You're gonna try to rotate your shoulders externally, and you're gonna try to increase into an extension pattern. We wanna make sure that you're getting a stretch on your lower back, but not a strain. So if you feel a strain, be very careful. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna externally rotate my shoulders. I'm gonna look behind me. I'm gonna exhale. And I'm gonna relax again. That's one. We're gonna try to do it 3 more times. Take your time getting to that position. If you need to bend your knees a little bit to get this position first, that's completely fine. So we're gonna try it again. I'm gonna start with my knees bent. Externally rotate my shoulders, reach back. And I can still feel a big stretch across my arms, shoulders, and back, right? That's 2. Now I'm gonna try to get extended, right? Reach behind to my ankle. Externally rotate the shoulders, look back. Big stretch across everywhere. Take my time, shake it out again. One last time. Reach ankle. I'm on my toes, support it. Exhale. And relax. So that's a really good one for everything in the front part of the body, and then a little bit of lower back stretch. We're gonna go into pancake lateral leans, right? So we're gonna have our feet real nice and wide. And all I'm gonna have you do here is you might start here and eventually move out if you feel less of a stretch. You're gonna reach side to side and then grab the opposite ankle, reach side to side. I'm gonna keep doing that for 10 on each side. As we get better and more stretched out into our sides, it's slowly gonna build up into a higher stretch and you're gonna be able to get further along, right? A lot of flexibility happens once you get a couple of reps in because your body's not used to that movement. Unless you do yoga a lot, which I don't. I do the opposite at strength training, so I'm a lot more tighter. 5. Remember, if you feel it more on one side of your back than the other, that's probably a side that you have a problem with consistently. So be very careful going into that side. But there's no reason why you shouldn't push it if you feel comfortable trying something, right? You want to be definitely careful with your pain, but it shouldn't stop you from trying new things. That's one of the reasons we want to work on quality of life movements. 8. Let's get last 2. 9. The sides are a lot more open because I can get across a lot easier. 10. And 10. Excellent. Hopefully that felt really good on your sides, on your lower back. And then we're going to do one last one on the floor. We're going to do a piriformis rock back. So what I'm going to have you do is, I'm going to have you push your ankle on top of the other knee. I'm going to have you grab the back of that knee to the ankles on top, and I'm going to have you try to rock. So we're going to make sure we stay in a tight ball, right? We don't want to be fully extended. If we're fully extended, it's going to hurt. Tight ball, rocking, and coming up. Rocking, as you rock, pull your knee towards your chest, coming up. It should feel like a good massage in your back when you're rocking. It shouldn't hurt. If it hurts, try to see if you can come up even a tighter ball. The further into a fetal position you are, the less the pain. It should almost feel like a massage. If it does hurt, then all you're gonna try to do is hold it here for the whole time, right? Pulling your knee towards your chest, and just hold it. We're gonna switch legs now. So let's get our right leg on top of our left knee. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna grab the back of my left leg, and then slowly I'm gonna use my momentum to rock, stay in a tight ball, rock. 1, 2, let's get 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and relax. So hopefully everybody felt pretty good on that, on their lower back, and you felt that stretch on your, really your hip, maybe your groin as you're pulling it back towards you when you're coming up. What we're gonna try and do now is we're gonna get up. We're gonna go just like we did in a pancake stretch. We're gonna go nice and wide. And what we're gonna try to do is a hockey squat, right? So with the hockey squat, we're gonna go as wide as we'll feel comfortable at first, maybe wider later on as we get used to it. Scoot down, and if you need to use a wall in front of you to try to find your balance, that's fine. You're gonna squat down as low as you feel comfortable, and slowly we're shifting our hips side to side. So I'm gonna feel the effort through my groin, right? So I'm stretching and at the same time contracting. So I'm going side to side, contracting and stretching my muscles, making sure it doesn't hurt, but it is gonna be some groin work, which a lot of people are not used to. If it's too much, we're gonna close our stance and just go side to side a little bit smaller so you have more control with your quads. The wider you go, the more groin it's gonna be. We're gonna try to get 4 more on each side and make it 10 total. 3, 2, 1, good. And if anybody's ever uncomfortable with any of these exercises, just let me know in a comment or something. I'll read it and I'll address it. So now we're gonna do a half knee ankle grab lean in. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go into a half knee position. So I have my right knee down, my left leg is up. We're gonna grab my ankle behind me if we can get to it. If I need a wall, I can just go across, okay? So I'm gonna start with showing you across. Grab my knee, and all I'm gonna do is lean forward, right? If you have a hardwood floor like I do, put a mat underneath or a towel. If you fold it, it would be a lot of pressure, because there's gonna be some pressure on your knee while you're going down on that knee. You're gonna go forward and back, and if I don't need to balance, all I'm gonna do is I can hold it with both arms to make it a little bit harder, or I can hold it with one arm and then one hand on the thigh to help me with my balance. Just depends where you're at. We're gonna rock back and forth 6 to 8 times. And you should really feel it between your groin and your quad in the back leg, not the front leg. Last one. On the other side, we're gonna move on. So now right leg forward, left knee down. I'm gonna grab my left ankle. We're gonna rock forward and back. 3. Nice and easy. So I'm losing my balance. So I'm gonna grab onto my wall. 5, 6, 7, and last one, 8. Perfect. So that should have been a big stretch across my quad. And then since we did the hockey squat, all we're gonna try to finish up with is we're gonna do a tactical frog stretch. So we're gonna get our knees real wide, kind of like we were doing the hockey squat, but on the floor. Our feet are gonna be touching together. So I'm gonna show you from the frontal view and I'm gonna show you from the lateral view. All I'm gonna have you do is go forward with your hands, and we're gonna go forward and rock back. And you should feel a big stretch in your hips, right? So your knees might not be able to go as far as my knees, or they might actually go further. I definitely can't go into a split. So you're gonna go just rocking forward and back, and you should feel this stretch across your groin. Let me show you from the side. So I'm going real wide, my toes are together, hands in front of you. I'm pulling with my hands and then pushing back, trying to push into that bottom position. Let's get 5 here. 3, 4, 5. Nice. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody had a good groin stretch in that last one. Thanks for joining us. Let me know what you think.